So today I'm going to show you two different ways to make space-saving pull-out shelves. So I started by rescuing some old cupboards that someone was throwing out. And they were kind of an ugly pink and green combo. They were in slightly rough shape. One of them didn't have a top or a back, and there was kind of a hole in the bottom of that one. And then there was a second cupboard that had drawers in it, and I took all the drawers out because this one had a back and a bottom, so I decided I was going to use this one as the top cupboard since it was in better shape. So I took the doors off the bottom cupboard to later put on the top cupboard. So then I had a lot of fun taking all the glue off of the cupboard till I got a nice flat surface. And then there was a third cupboard which was in really bad shape, so I took it apart and used one of them to make a top. So I used some extra strength wood glue to go all the way around, smack the top on top of that, left it to dry for a couple days. Then I got another piece of wood to make a lip. Since the back side had a lip, I made a lip for the front side as well. And then I took a little piece of countertop that was left over from a relative's counter, and that slides right in between the two side lips there. And then when I put the other cupboard on top, it makes a nice little hidden cave for that piece of white shelf to sit in. And so then, because it's a little bit higher than the shelf can slide in and out really easily with no friction. And so then I need to make legs to support the shelf, so I took a couple pieces of pallet wood and marked off where the top of the shelf sat. And this is also after I painted the shelf, so there's a lot going on here. And so then I took out my very fashionable earphones and my mini circular saw and sawed those puppies to size. And then because it is pallet wood, it was really rough, so I took my sander and sanded it until it was nice and smooth. And then I gave them a coating of paint because it's easier to paint them before you attach them to the cupboard. So I did two of them, and then I put a little bit of felt on the bottom as well so that it wouldn't scratch my wood floors when I was sliding the cupboard. And so then I just screwed the tops right into the sides of that little pull-out shelf. So for the second shelf, I took a scrap piece of counter that was left over from my parents' counter, and it had a nice little lip on it, which makes a great handle. And I attached half of some heavy-duty drawer slides to each side of that little piece of counter. And then the other pieces, the other half of the drawer slides, they just slide right back on, and that'll be how your drawer will slide out. And so it's a little smaller than the sides of my cupboard, so to compensate for that, I took some more pallet wood, and I took out all the staples and sanded it down smooth, and then cut it to size so it's the same length as that shelf. Then I took some corner brackets, and I screwed 2 corner brackets onto each piece of wood, just like that. And then I set the wood in place alongside the shelf. And I screwed the other half of the corner brackets into the bottom of the cupboard. And then I took the outer part of the drawer slide and screwed that onto the inside of the wood. So when you slide that back onto the shelf, it's a little tough to get it back in there the first time, but once you get it on there, it slides open nice and easily. And so then you just want to do the exact same thing on the other side with another piece of wood and corner brackets and the drawer slide. And then you'll have 2 of them, and your drawer will slide in and out really nice and easily. And so I just used it to put my little mini fridge on, and it's so easy I can pull it out with my foot. And then that gives me access to the fridge. I can take my dragon eggs out and go make some dinner.